Hi, Paul Clackers,
sure.
Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Mitchell Rubin. Hi, Mitchell. How are you?
I'm fine, Paul. How are you?
Okay, good. This is
Good.
really like a deja vu when I talk to Mitchell because he just interviewed me, and now I'm going to interview him. And
yes.
We're crazy about each other, and to the
That's
point
the
that
truth.
we've our website looks very similar to each other, and
Kissing cousins.
betterworld.tv.
Correct.
And he has a ton of good news, and let's hear. So what's going on, Mitchell? What are you up to?
Well, Paul, we're trying in our own respective ways to do what we can to change the world for the good. That's really what it is. Not just change it, for the good, and to take our heartfelt intention and desire for the good of people, for humanity, for society, and for the planet, and turn it around. And it's always been my feeling, Paul, that we're on the wrong path just by a few degrees. And with the smallest amount of shift in our thinking, we can get onto the right path and have a society in which we engage this idea that I promote a lot and am writing a book about called sacred stewardship. And it's this idea that with a sense of the spiritual in our heart, with looking at the world as a sacred gift, we can take care of it and each other in a rather beautiful, elegant, and even fun way. And it's more fun and enjoyable and profitable to do that than engaging in the ridiculous kinds of activities that too much of our society is engaged in right now, calling it okay.
Okay. How can someone get involved with what you're doing? Besides, tell us about where people can hear you because you're on the radio and
sure,
and things like that. And how does someone get involved with you?
Sure, absolutely. That sounds great. I have a newsletter which one can sign up for at abetterworld.tv, of course, www. It says newsletter, and you just click on the link, and voila, there it is. And that newsletter, Paul, informs people of what I am doing on the 2 radio shows per week and the 1 TV show per week called, guess what, A Better World. So every Monday night I'm on Gary Knoll's Progressive Radio Network at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Daylight Time I guess it is now, and I interview what I call the sung and the unsung heroes of society. And that's essentially just under an hour show. For instance, I just re-aired an interview with the futurist and social philosopher Barbara Marx Hubbard, who just wrote a book on the birth of 2012. It's called Birth 2012 and Beyond. She's known as an evolutionist, if you will, and sort of monitoring and forwarding humanity's evolution. Just as an example, I've had many people on, Gay Hendricks, who's been on Oprah many times, and people kind of kid me about being the white male Jewish Oprah. So I hope I don't have such a weight problem, but nonetheless, it's kind of a funny thing. And on Wednesdays, there's another radio show also at 6 o'clock. That's on Blog Talk Radio, but it's accessible from the same website, abetterworld.tv. And right smack in the middle, like an Oreo cookie, I have the TV show, which has been on since March of 1993, Paul, every week as public service, community, cable television show right here in the middle of the Big Apple, called, guess what, A Better World with Mitchell J. Rubin. And there again, that's really where I started all of this. And as a public service, as you well know, you do the same thing. I produce and host this show. And just on Monday, although it's pre-recorded, I'll be interviewing a woman for the show, and later we'll go into the studio and do the radio show, named Diane Collins, who wrote a book called Do You Quantum Think? And it's a really interesting piece of work. She's been a top coach to Fortune 500 executives for many, many years and realized that we have to change our thinking in order to get a different result. It's really very Einsteinian, really, when Einstein said that you cannot solve a problem, and I paraphrase, by the way, you cannot solve a problem on the same level on which it was created. In short, you have to get a higher altitude, a higher view, an aerial view, a bird's eye view, and take a look at the issues from there in order to really see it in its full contrast and relief to get a handle on solving the puzzle. So I'm just giving you a couple of different ideas of kind of what goes on here at A Better World. I interview environmentalists and healers and scientists, and I've had Representative Dennis Kucinich on several times. In fact, he'll be on again relatively soon. And I've had Rocky Anderson, who's running for the Justice Party as president. I'm now trying to get him also on the Colbert Report, or Rapport, I should say, and the Jon Stewart Show. And by the way, if you have any connections to Jay Leno or Letterman, please let me know, because this guy is a winner. He is the former mayor of Salt Lake City between years 2000 and 2008. Is a major humanitarian. He's won more humanitarian awards than anyone I've ever come across. And he's an environmentalist. He reduced the carbon footprint of the conservative city of Salt Lake by 1/3 in only 3 years. So he's just what we call in Chinese a mensch. And I had breakfast with him in New York about a month and a half ago. I was one of the very first people to have him on the air. And, I should introduce him to you, because he stands for really good things for America and turning things around so that we can really have a government for the people, and where people come first, not weapons, not wars, not all of this kind of stuff, not profits, but people. And that's the kind of politics I would like to see waged in the United States, and something that A Better World very much endorses. So
you're the man for this job. You're on top of this. This is your passion, and thank God you're doing it. What can you buy on here? What good kinds of things? You have a store and stuff, and water products.
We do.
And
yes,
what kind of an
yes.
opportunity is that for people, and special DVDs and things?
Yes.
Exactly. So tell us about that, Mitchell.
Sure, absolutely. Because I'm a psychotherapist and an acupuncturist by training, and I still work and see clients, individuals. I do couples counseling, mediation, conflict resolution, and the like for couples and individuals. So I'm in active private practice, which is what actually keeps me able to keep the organization A Better World alive and funded, as well as through the sale of our interviews, TV interviews, after they're aired, of course, publicly for free. We then make them into DVDs and sell them on our storefront at www.abetterworld.tv. So just click on store and you will see some books, but mainly DVDs I've done over the course of many, many moons. And I think they're all of 1995. And we're, we sell them actually through our Amazon store, but through our portal of the website. And we also, when I put on my environmentalist hat, I've got many heads, Paul, so I have many hats. We have this fabulous answer to the expense and environmental hazard of plastic bottled water. Everybody thinks it's cool to buy it, I guess, but they're paying a fortune, I tell you, a fortune for it, even though it occurs in, $1 and $2 increments. It's sort of like death by 1,000 cuts, as the Chinese would have it. So you don't feel any one, but when you add them all up, also, as we say in Chinese, "Uiwei's mir." So we have a real answer. We have a polypropylene portable handheld water filter, which one can see right on the right-hand column of our website, right on the home page. And I think it's for all of 30 or 32 bucks. People can take this, buy this bottle, and carry it with them and take tap water from anywhere they go. The yoga studio, the gym, the restaurant that doesn't care about water filtration, because you're walking around with your own water filter right in your hand. It's brilliant. It's inexpensive, and if you analyze it over the course of a year, one would be paying about 10 to 15% of what they would be spending on bottled water. So I strongly encourage people who want to drink clean water wherever they go, have the power of the filter in their hand, and spread the good word so that we can stop clogging up our oceans with pollutants from the plastic and the plastic bottles altogether, which are leading, unfortunately, to the death of dolphins and whales and much other sea life. You know.
I love all of this, and I'm crazy about
you.
Everyone knows that. Mitchell, what is this Better World Ziegler? Is that something on the website, or is that some other thing?
Oh, yeah, I don't have that on the website.
Okay.
Well, that is a kind of a humorous way to generate some ongoing and what looks like stable funds for organizations like ours. It's a funny thing. It's about penny auctions and giving away free bids for penny auctions, which is a method sort of like eBay for people to bid on things like iPads and iPods and computers, and sometimes they even have, pieces of furniture and cars where you start bidding at a penny. So the bottom line is people are buying rather otherwise expensive electronics and other things around the house for, you could say, pennies on the dollar. What's interesting about it is that they're paying us to advertise, which is copying and pasting an ad into a website on a daily basis. If it takes you 3 minutes, you're going too slowly. It's really a 2-minute operation. And but they pay quite handsomely for it. And there's another interesting virtue to it, which is the only way you can make money at it is you have to give bids away. Yes, you have to buy some at the beginning. Yes, they charge you a couple of bucks for the website per month. But after that, you have to give bids away, which helps people, play the penny auctions, which allows them to get products that they would otherwise be paying retail. And when you come from our tribes, it's against our rules. So, yeah, the fact is, Ziegler is a very interesting thing, but they should contact, I don't have anything on my website, they should contact me about that if they want to at this email address, a betterworldinfo@yahoo.com, a betterworldinfo, INFO, @yahoo.com, and in the subject line put Ziegler, Zeekler, and in that way I'll be glad to get them the information they need.
Okay,
and
I just registered.
Really take a look at it for your Good News broadcast. What's that?
I just registered. As you were saying,
okay.
I registered.
Oh, fabulous.
Okay, as I said I would.
Yes.
And then I'll read it later.
Yeah.
Mitchell, we're such good buddies. I'll read it later. That's just the way it is. Sometimes you have these friends that you just,
Exactly. They say it, you know it.
You say it, I do
it.
That's it.
Exactly.
I don't have time to get so involved. You've already done the homework on it. I know you.
I have done the homework. Yes, exactly.
So that's the good news with this one. So thanks for sharing good news with you.
Absolutely, Paul. Great to talk to you, my friend.
All right. Take
care.
We'll
talk
Bye-bye.
soon. Bless you all.
All righty. Bye-bye.